1, 2, 1, 2. Speaking to me now is boxing trainer Tony BORG. We're here in St Joseph's, Newport. Good to see you, Tony. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while, yeah. Probably last year, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can't remember really. Probably the show last November, probably, I guess. When Nathan fought Conor McIntosh.
Yeah, probably around that time, yeah.
Yeah, so we just started on that fight then, Tony. I mean, that was a really good fight, but Nathan got off to a bit of a bad start, went down a couple of times.
Yeah, he got caught with he got the same shot 2 or 3 times and same sort of reaction. He couldn't work it out, like, and screamed at him in the corner, "What are you doing? Get your left foot outside his foot," and he just wasn't doing it. But he's back in the gym, he's bounced back from it straight away, so Conor's got moved on, he's got a great title shot coming up, so yeah, good for both of them.
I mean, just using Nathan as an example now, I mean, in that type of fight where your fighter's up against it, he's been down a couple of times. I mean, what sort of advice are you trying to give him in the corner?
Well, firstly, it depends on how hurt they are from the shot, like, Nathan wasn't actually hurt, he was fine coming back on, he was fine as he hit the canvas, he got back up, he was fine. And his head was clear, he wasn't concerned, just annoyed with himself. So he was basically just trying to wise him up and say, listen, he's coming on to you're walking onto his backhand all the time. Step away from his backhand and just getting back into the fight, really. And he did get back into the fight, obviously. So he finished on his feet. So just a good learning curve.
And specifically, what has Nathan learned from that fight, do you think? I mean, it's been, was it 9 months ago now since the fight?
Probably to listen a bit more. A couple of times if you had fights and you've gone in having the tear-ups with genuine opponents, which you didn't have to do. We were just trying to explain to him, when you're using your boxing, you're a good boxer, you've got fast hands, you've got great skills, you're better off doing that, like, And then he had a good win in a big venue in Cardiff, and he got a knockout win when he wasn't looking for the knockout. I'm trying to explain to him, when you're looking for it, it doesn't always come off.
So when do you think Nathan will be ready for a title fight or another step up? Or is he ready already?
He's ready. Another fight now, get another shot at the title. Who knows where Conor's going to go, he might move on to bigger things, and Nathan can step in and or a rematch.
Another one of your boxers on the night who didn't get the result, Tom James. I mean, what can you? What's your thoughts on his contest with Jake?
Tom's a real nice guy. He came straight back into the gym afterwards. He was annoyed with himself. He was getting caught with the uppercut far too often. He was just going through, wasn't catching it. We were obviously telling him in the corner, listen, get you right down the cross and catch the uppercut. But he wasn't doing it. Apart from that, it was a great fight. And you move on and hopefully you'll get another shot within the next 6-7 months. So
what fights does Tom need before he progresses to that Welsh title fight again? Because I know he's boxing on the 28th of September in Cardiff.
Just that, really. Another 1 or 2 home fights. Build up his... not that he's lacking in confidence, but build it up again, get him right up there again. Another 2 wins and then back in for a title fight.
So, Tom, what was your take on the controversy in the Olympics about the gender tests and the confusion between AIBA and the Olympic Boxing Committee?
Well, first impressions were, none of us knew the actual facts to be like, apparently they know each other anyway. They could have boxed each other in the World Championships, but at the end of the day, if there are these biological differences, then it shouldn't be. You can't have a man facing a woman in a boxing ring. It's just absolutely crazy. And something does go wrong, and eventually it will. Obviously, if a man is found to be totally male and he hits a woman and knocked her out and injured her like that, like happens in a men's fight, and boxing's finished. So I think they got to. I don't know the details, but they need to look into it really deeply. It's shocking, isn't it?
I mean, what was your opinion of the Olympic amateur boxing overall?
Literally this year, the first time in the Olympics since I was a kid, I never watched a single bout.
Was that because you were just too busy, or you just had no interest, or anything else?
I was busy and trying to run back and forth the gym and things like, and then when I heard a few of these bad decisions, and then I thought, I'm not watching this trash. They worked out their lives to get this a tournament like that, a huge tournament, and then to get robbed on points and things, and I just didn't want to watch it.
And of course, I know he's training elsewhere now, but you had the experience to go to Saudi Arabia with Gavin Gwynn a while back as well. I mean, what was that like?
Yeah, it was a great experience. Obviously, didn't go our way. Gavin got caught early on in the fight. I'm still not clear whether it was an elbow or a head, but the referee ruled it as a punch, and he came over to the corner straight away and ruled it as a punch. So we had to roll with it, obviously, and Gavin got stopped. But the experience boxing out there, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Do you think Saudi Arabia putting such money into boxing is good in the long-term future of boxing? Because people are complaining now that shows you would have seen on British shows are not happening now. They're the undercards in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not. Doesn't sound good, but I mean, a lot of those ones who are complaining are the ones who say, "Yeah, I'll buy a ticket," but they don't go. They don't anyway. Like, it's a bit of both, really. It's about time the boxers got what they deserved, and a lot of the boxers working over here on small hall shows trying to sell tickets is so hard, so a couple of the boxers getting a break. It's good for them.
And is it as hard as ever on the small hall shows at the moment with selling tickets, etc.?
Yeah, definitely. It's always been hard. It's always going to be hard. Hopefully, something because some more one-on-one fights. Welshman boxing Welshman. That's what we need to be seeing, more Welsh title fights in Wales, And
without giving anything away, are there plans for those type of fights in the pipeline as far as we're aware? I know we got the show on the 28th.
Yeah, definitely looking at making Welsh title fights topping the bill on all the small hall shows.
Okay, so on the 28th September we've got Jake Tinkling and Joe Morgan. What's your take on that contest? Obviously, you're going to be in the corner of Tinkling. Yeah,
it's going to be a good fight. Obviously, Joe's young and fresh and excited about getting his first opportunity. Jake's already done it, so the two are going to clash. It's going to be a great fight. I think Jake will win, but it's going to be a good fight.
And of course, in the other corner will be your former protege, if you like it, Lee Selby.
That's right, yeah. So it's going to be an interesting fight. Yeah.
I mean, that's a strange thing about boxing, isn't it? Because you obviously trained Lee for a long time when he was a pro, and now you're opposite him in the corner, so to speak.
That's right, yeah. And last week I was in the opposite corner to Enzo McAnally. It's all good. It's all good. So I know you're up against it. Lee's a gifted fighter, and he knows the game inside out.
And I guess for people who don't follow boxing closely or don't quite understand it, they find it strange that Jake Tinkling, who himself and Tom James battered each other for 10 rounds 9 months ago, now they're gym mates. Yeah,
gym mates, and they've been sparring in this gym here. Tom's been helping James. It's good for each other.
And Wales is probably premier boxer at the moment. I guess JOE CORDINA has got a big fight against SHAKUR Stevenson in Saudi, October the 12th, I think it is. What's your thoughts?
I think that's a great move for Joe. Everyone's come into the game to be the best. If you want to be the best, you've got to fight the best. So he's not, it's a good fight for him. I don't know why people are writing him off. He's a great fighter, and with him going up to 9 stone 9, that's definitely a great move, because still doing 9'4" is, the size of him. The 9'4" is probably killing him. He's leaving a good percentage in the gym. I think that extra £5 make a massive difference.
And what tactics do you think Joe should employ in that fight? Because Joe can do it all. He can box, and we've seen him do that at a high level, but also can be more aggressive, which he's been in his last few fights. Not
going in there as a puncher, but going in as the smart boxer he is. He's a very, very smart. He's not. He's certainly not one dimension. Like, he's got it all there, and just let it flow. Get in there, let it flow, and enjoy it.